And with that, that is our fifth Zuck kill, which I didn't even think I would get one Zuck kill this league, but we have it, and that is probably going to be our last task that we do. Got us up to 62,145 points, which if I were to lobby right now would be like rank 65, rank 66. Not sure the exact number, but in that third page. But it's time to get back to the regular iron. I've kind of done everything I want to get done. I got relatively good at Zuck. I did 4 runs today for KC 2 through 5, and I was able to do all of it. Of course, it's league, so it's a lot easier, but still, I'm very happy with that. But yeah, we have 62,000 points, and if I look at all the tasks I don't have complete, there's about 150 to 200 of them, and they're all just like really bad tasks, like going to get the Hill Giant Club or like an ash covered tome from Fossil Island, that mining minigame. I'm not going to dwell on this for too long, but we did get a lot of things done. And you can kind of see that just by my bank. This tab alone is 4 bill. Again, not going to dwell on this too long, just because we want to get to the actual iron. But I have basically everything I would want. I have full Bandos, I have Arma, I have an Inquisitor's Mace, I have an Elder Maul, I have a Twisted Bow, I have a Master Wand. I got 2 Ellies. One of them I made, and then it doubled with the smithing double fragment, so that's great. But yeah, I'm kind of done with leagues, but it's time to get back to the main game. And I'm just going to hop to a main game world to see where I left off. I think I was doing birdhouse runs the first couple of days of leagues, and then eventually I just kind of gave up on it. So let's see. Yeah, we are on Fossil Island. I think I finished the birdhouse run. Our first level since coming back, we're up to 90 magic. It's still weird getting used to these XP drops. I see 50 XP and I'm like, oh, that was such a bad hit. But in actuality, it's basically my max hit. We're up to 90 magic, which I think is another max hit. I think our max is now 26 with the trident, maybe 27. Completed 177, 95 of which were the boss. Unfortunately, didn't pick up anything too rare, but starting to bank some sandfruit serums. And charges wise, for those 95 kills, I used about 2,000 charges, so about 20 a kill. That's the old school I know and love. Go slaying, be close to a level, remind myself that, oh, get this level, and get a clip of it. And then I completely miss it, and like a couple thousand XP later, I see it. Well, that's my second shield left half, and I didn't have Ring of Wealth on, so that makes me think this is going to be super, super rare. Yeah, that was a 1 in 15,000 drop. It couldn't be the Abbey Dagger. And 98 strength. One more level to go. I'll probably get this 99 long before 93 Slayer, even with like mostly doing burst tasks for XP. So that'll be our first combat 99. I just got back from vacation and I've been slaying up a storm on mobile. Ended up with a Black Demon task, but we're almost at 88 Slayer, so basically did an entire level on mobile. But I got to this point and I'm like, damn, I need to get my herb runs up a little bit more. So there are 3 diaries I want to get done. I want to get the hard Artie diary done because that gives me 5 teleports a day to the Artie patch. And the big things here are 65 rune crafting and Mourning's End Part 2. I also want to get the hard Kandarin diary done because that just gives me a lot more herbs at the Camelot patch. The big thing here is I'm going to have to do a full Barbarian Assault run, so I'm going to have to get a Queen kill. Maybe I'll pick up the Torso at the same time. And then I also want to get the hard Lumbridge and Draenor. I think I already have all the requirements from this. I just need to actually go get the items and do the tasks. Oh, I need to do another Slice of Ham, so that won't be too bad. But that'll make the Explorer's Ring have unlimited teleports. So I can basically do 5 herb runs a day, And that's going to be important because we want to focus on our Herblore. 78 Herblore basically unlocks raids because then I can make the restores and brews inside raids. And I'm going to need to do that if I'm going to survive. Then I also want to get up to 81 for brews so I can bring some brews into raids. And then 82 lets me boost +5 to make anti-venoms. And those anti-venoms can be used to make the ornate pool, which I'm also going to be working on. The timing couldn't be perfect because our big skill grind is 65 runecrafting. Not only do I have a Tears like Ethics, but Guardians of the Rift came out this week. So I can go ahead and do the Temple of the Eye, figure that out, and see how that's going to go. Don't need to worry about no ZMI. That was easy. 1 level down, 5 more to go. Hey, if we ever get to Cerberus, we can now make the best in slot boots. And quest / tutorial-ish thing, Temple of the Eye is done. We got 5,000 runecrafting experience, plus we got like 4,000 for actually doing the quest, so we're somewhat close. I think this is now where we go to start it. Yeah, and look, every world has tons of people. So I finished 2 games here, and I kind of feel like I understand what's going on. Basically, I start up the game by mining 175-ish of these fragments. There's like a 2-minute period where creatures from the abyss will attack in 120 seconds, where you can mine up and get all this. I'm in the extra area on the east. This shortcut here is like 56 agility, I think. And you just get more rubble quicker. And your mining level, pickaxe, and gear matter here. So Varrock Armor 2 actually helps get more fragments quicker. And run energy isn't an issue because there's a lot of things that restore your run energy during the game. And 5 short-ish hours later, we are 65 runecrafting. I'm liking this mini game. I don't think I could do it all the way to 99, but I think I could get to 77 with it and then do bloods the rest of the way. But the runes are just going to be so hard to ignore because you get so many runes doing this mini game. But let's go ahead and finish up this game, and then we'll loot the pool. I haven't looted it yet, and I think I have about like 50 or 60 pulls to get. So maybe we'll get something good from it. And there it is. Yeah, I got 28 total kills, and I have 62 catalytic and 67 elemental, which means I have 62 loots. So I'm going to hop off to a quieter world, and we'll go ahead and search the rewards guardian for all of our loot. Okay, 300 miners is not the best start. I'm happy with the bloods. So those abyssal ashes are like a troll drop. They're like a 1 in 150 drop. Okay, we got a book. Oh, and we got the needle troll drop. Okay, that's just kind of unfortunate. Because the 2 troll drops, the needle and the abyssal ashes, one's about 1 in 120 and one's about 1 in 150. We haven't gotten anything like reasonably useful. So we have 71 of these abyssal pearls, and if we look at Felix over here, they sell the hat, robe top, robe bottom, and the boots, and the total is 1,600. Plus, you can also buy all the respective talismans, but I think at this point I have enough of each of them. I'm going to take a break from runecrafting for now, and then the next time we do runecrafting is probably when I go up to 77. Rune stack-wise, I think they did grow quite a bit. Like, I had 300 nature runes before. I had somewhere in the scope of like 2,000 law runes. I'm not sure on the rest of my stacks because I wasn't paying too much attention. But the rune gain is enough for me to keep doing this at least until 77. Thank you, 2021 me. I got the Barrel of Naphtha when I did Regicide, and I got a second one for this quest. Mourning's End Part 1 done. Now let's start the quest to end all quests. Mourning's End Part 2. So the puzzle is done. It's time to start working on the item list. We have to get 50 items for this dude. And by getting 50 items, he'll give us a death talisman. The other thing I can do is I can boost and kill dark beasts. But it's a 1 in 128 drop, and I think this would be faster. I could also continue doing Guardians of the Rift and spending my pearls on a Death Talisman. I think it's 80, but that's really not worth it. Really, it's just really not worth it. So, but before you leave, make sure to rotate this mirror so I can get back through this gate here. I didn't flip it. No.
Walk out the door, you see someone that you know, and they ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Okay, we've saved it. I've gone through the underground pass. I rotated it, and now I can walk back through here. One more trip, we'll have all the items and the quest done. Don't do what I do, kids. And the last bastion of items. I have some of them with me. Take them all from my inventory. Here we go. We got the Death Talisman. Woo! Oh, that's good to have. Now I think we just go through here and we use the newly made crystal on the Death Altar. And while I'm here, I'm going to craft one Death Rune for the Hard Arty task. And Mourning's End Part 2 is done. We have access to the Death Altar, which will be really nice for Guardians of the Rift. And we can finish the Hard Arty Diary. But for now, let's get these diaries complete. This should be the Arty Hard Diary done. I think I completed all the tasks. Yeah, completed all the tasks. And I am going to replace this bush patch with another whiteberry, merely just because whenever I come by here, I can get like 10 to 20 whiteberries. And that's whiteberries I don't need to get later on. By just having this one patch here, and every time I go from here to the fairy ring, looting it, I've gotten over 1,000 whiteberries, which is 1,000 super defenses. So it's going to really pay off by the time I get to the end, and that's going to really help for that 82 Herblore grind. And we also finished the Lumbridge diary, picking up some Cave Nightshade. I'm actually going to keep that because that'll be for some weapon poison plus eventually. But we can claim the Lumby diary from Hades because I Anus. And there's not much that we gain from this upgrade to Explorer's Ring 3. 10% more XP in the Tears of Guthix, and then the Cabbage Port teleport is unlimited now. So I don't need to worry about a daily cap on it anymore. And there's good old Drunk 2 Pints. We're going to get the Arty Cloak 3, which has better stats, 1 more per bonus, 1 stab, 1 magic, 1 defense, and 1 magic defense above the previous cape, which is pretty nice, especially because I use this for any bursting tasks in the catacombs, and an extra prayer point really adds up to less prayer pots used. In terms of this diary, it gives us 10% increased chance of succeeding when pickpocketing around Glenore. I have 99 thieving in the cape, so it really only matters for like Vyres or elves if I go for any of those unique drops. The Yanel teleport can now be used. Instead of just going to the watchtower, I can go to Yanel, and I now have 5 daily teleports to the farm instead of 3. So I can reasonably do up to 5 farm runs a day without really losing out on too much efficiency. If I do want to like just go ham, I can also use the Fishing Cape teleport, which brings me very close to that patch. But the 2 lamps, as per usual, are going into rune crafting. But we're not done with our herb run preparedness. We got another thing to get. I did mention the Kandarin Hard Diary. I don't have the torso yet, so I haven't done the Queen Kill yet, so that's going to have to wait. But on the questing front, making friends with my arm. This quest gives us another disease-free patch, and it also gives us the ability to make quick teleports to both Trollheim patches. So I'm going to really, really enjoy that to speed up our farm runs. We'll basically get an extra patch and less time taken per farm run. So we need to do Cold War and making friends with my arm. And quest boss over. We killed Mother, and I think that'll be pretty much the end of the quest here. And the quest is done! Woo! This is one of the few old school only quests. So I'm always excited when I get to do them because I've done them a lot less. good agility and mining XP, but most of all, we get the disease-free patch and the salt technology. So this is going to be my life for the next little while. I'm going to be mining up this salt and basalt. So I need a total of 200 basalt, and luckily there is a person that notes them. So therefore, I don't need to take a lot of trips. But the other salts, the T, the F, and the Earth salt, are all stackable. So once we have that, it'll be much easier. But I need 200 basalt, 250 T, 400 F, and 450 Earth. And what this is going to get us is 100 of each teleport, so I can put it in the player-owned house. And it's going to also give us the ability to build the pit outside of the Weiss patch. So that gives us access to that disease-free patch, which is going to be our 8th herb patch in total. So that's going to drastically improve our ability to go through seeds. With 5 runs a day, 8 patches, that's 40 herb seeds used each day compared to the about 21 that I was getting before with 7 patches and 3 runs per day. So basically a double in our effectiveness for herb runs. And I guess that means I'm going to be making a lot more ultra compost, because despite having like 40 Hespore kills, I've yet to get that bottomless compost bucket. I think that's everything done. My inventory is a bit of a mess, but it's going to make sense very soon. We built the Fire of Nourishment, which gets an tool leprechaun here, and now this herb patch is usable, and it will never die. As you can see, Boulder is going to look after this patch. But getting here is a pain in the butt, so I'm going to go to my house to fix that. I'm not yet ready for the Portal Nexus. It's just a little bit too expensive for me at this stage of my account. Each one also takes 1,000 copies of it, while these portal rooms only require 100 copies of the teleport, so it's just that much better. But I forgot my cash stack, so let's go get that. And with cash stack in hand, we're able to build 3 more portal frames here. I don't know what the 9th one's going to be, but for now we're going to direct the to her farming one. So we pick Weiss, and that's going to go to Weiss. And then if we pick the other one, we should have just enough to go to Troll Stronghold here. And if we enter this portal, it takes us all the way right up here. So it saves me that long walk from here to here on every single herb run. While the Weiss teleport literally is, I'm pretty sure, right by the herb patch. So I can just come down here, and boom, I'm right at the herb patch. So this is going to save me a lot of time and get me a lot of herbs. The real nice part about these farm runs is I'm now banking about 10,000 experience every single farm run. So in a day, I can bank 50k XP. In a week, I can bank 350k XP. In a month, I can bank like over 1 million, like 1.2, 1.3. So that really, really adds up quickly. The only downside is I feel like I have to do Ultra Compost multiple times a day. Otherwise, I run out. Like, I have 27 Ultra Compost, and I don't have the bottomless bucket yet, but hopefully we'll get that soon. Decided to leech BA, get myself a torso. When I go to do the level 5 rolls, I'll probably do the level 5 rolls myself, but this felt like an easy way to spend all the GP I gained from my league points. So basically, my 2 leagues went into getting a torso, and I don't feel too bad leeching it because I did level 5 all rolls on leagues twice now, so I've basically already done it. I just don't have the motivation to do it on the main game. And not only is this going to get me the hard Kandarin Diary done and the medium Kandarin Diary done, but the torso will be really nice for when I go raids as my main melee body for DPS. If we look up here on the blackboard, we now have over 375 points on each one. So I can go ahead and purchase from the rewards trader here a Penance Torso, which requires 375 points in each roll and a Queen kill. So I can plop this on now, and I have the DPS gear. It has a lot less defensive bonuses in compared with the Torag's plate body that I've been using. It doesn't have the +4 strength or the +10 attack bonus. So that's actually less negative, because if we look here, the torso here, we're +9 range, and when we put this on, we're still +9 range, so that just means it has no negative range bonus, but the Torag's plate body has -10. So this will be useful for raids if I don't bring like a black d'hide top or my ancient d'hide top. I'm not losing range damage, and at the same time, I'm getting probably an extra max hit, maybe 2 max hits. At the same time, we can purchase a granite body from the rewards trader, and we can now equip that granite body and complete another hard task. If we look at the Kandarin, there's only one task left, or there's 2 tasks left. We need to smith an adamant spear at Otto's Grotto and kill a mithril dragon. Not too worried about killing the mithril dragon. Might take a full inventory of food, but we'll get the kill. But for the Addy spear, yeah, we have to get up to 75. Smithing 74 if I want to boost with a Dwarven Stout. I don't care for stew boost, especially when I have to actually train the skill in the future. I'm kind of only going to use stew boost at the end of my training cycle. Like, for example, at 83 construction, I can stew boost +5 to get a maxed house. But I'm not going to stew boost at 70 to 75 and then crystal saw to 78 to build something there. I'll just train my way up to that 83 point. So I do actually have it banked. 1100 gold ore, 1100 mithril ore, 1500 addy ore, and a lot of coal. And in terms of complete bars, we have 700 mithril bars, and I believe I have 200 addy bars if I could find them yet. 200 addy bars, 80 rune bars, but I can't use them yet. But once I get up to that point, it'll be really nice. So let's head over to Blast Furnace. We've turned pretty much all our ore into bars, have some addy ore left over, but with 900 steel, 1900 mithril, and 1500 addy, we have our banked XP up to level 75, so that's going to be pretty nice. I'm going to start with the steel and the mithril, because for the addy, I want to make adamant dart tips. And adamant dart tips, I can start doing at 74, so the majority of 74 to 75 is going to be just addy dart tips. Slight miscalculation, I forgot that I needed to save the steel bars for Mahogany Homes, which I'm going to be doing probably next episode as I work towards a maxed house. So I ended up about 20k experience short of 75, but Dwarven Stouts are really easy to get, and as long as the boost is easy to get, I'm okay with using it. It's just those spicy stew combos that I don't want to deal with. We also picked up about 15,000 adamant dart tips, which is going to be super nice, because addy darts are probably going to end up being my like junk darts for when I get the blowpipe, and this will get us some nice fletching levels, as it's one of our lowest skills, and it's probably going to run into some issues with Tears of Guthix very shortly once runecrafting gets up higher. 3 millennia later, we have the kill. It took me like 2.5 minutes based on the anti-fire timer, but we now have every task in the hard Kandarin diary done. So let's go ahead and claim it. I think I can actually do that in Camelot. Now, Kandarin Headgear 3 gives us a lot of nice things. The main thing I'm looking at is the Camelot teleport can now be teleported to Sears instead of Camelot. So I saved this walking for quick banking. This is probably now my quickest teleport to a bank that I have. And I'm going to have my rune pouch on me at all times, pretty much, for teleporting to the house. So this is a really nice option for me. On top of that, I have a 10% extra chance for Ruby Bolts to proc, or every enchanted bolt to proc, but specifically Ruby Bolts, which I'm going to be using at raids. So this was another one of those items that I really wanted to get before I went ahead and committed to some chambers. And then we get a 10% higher yield on the Catherby herb patch. And then we also get these lamps, which are going right into runecrafting. Some would say that runecrafting might not be the best skill to lamp now that Guardians of the Rift exist. But with that out of the way, we are done for this episode. We got a lot done. We picked up the fighter torso. We finished off 3 hard diaries with the Ardougne, Lumbridge, and Kandarin diaries. And I also unlocked another herb patch with the making friends with my arm quest. So we're set up to get 82 Herblore as a passive thing while we focus on some other goals to prepare ourselves for Chambers of Xeric. But past that, have a good day and I'll catch you in the next one.